Created as part of a joint venture between Armstrong Powerhouse and Waggonz, the Class 142 diesel multiple unit comes to life in Dovetail Games Train Simulator. Released on the 14th of September 2014, it is currently priced at £11.99 and can be downloaded from the Armstrong Powerhouse website. The Class 142s were constructed between 1985 and 1987 in a joint venture between British Rail Engineering Limited and Leyland Bus. When first introduced, the 142s were powered by a Leyland TL11 engine and mechanical transmission. However, by the early 1990s, the trains were fitted with a more powerful Cummins engine and a Voith two-stage hydraulic transmission. The trains have a top speed of 75 miles an hour and can be seen operating mainly around northern England, but also in parts of Wales as well. The 142s have also previously worked services within southwest England during the early 1980s and latterly between 2007 and 2011. The Class 142s are due to be withdrawn from service by December 2019. This is due in part to a clause within the Northern Franchise Agreement which states that the Pacers are not to be operated beyond that point in time. The trains would also need to be heavily refurbished to make them PRM compliant, legislation of which is due to be implemented by January 2020. Angel Trains, who own the Class 142s, have no plans to provide any further support. Starting with the outside, the external model of the 142 shows good attention to detail and plenty of character. The textures are high in quality and there's a nice amount of weathering added to the paintwork. The interior of the passenger saloons also show a high level of detail and each livery comes with its appropriate seating maquette. This pack comes with a wide selection of liveries and these include Arriva Trains Northern, Arriva Trains Wales, First Great Western, First North Western, Mersey Travel, Northern Spirit, Northern Rail, Provincial and Regional Railways. All of the liveries featured in this pack have been worn by a 142 in revenue earning service. The liveries are accurately detailed and not only come with realistic numbering, but several sets have different branding used on liveries introduced by a previous franchise holder. Just like the outside, the interior cab view also shows nice attention to detail. This is the standard cab view for the Pacer, though there are a couple of additional variants included. These consist of interior panelling being adorned in blue, and the swap between a traditional roller blind handle for an electronic destination display computer. The cab also has a good level of lighting, and I like the amount of light that can be casted from the cab and instrument lights when illuminated. The Class 142 comes with the following working features, the first of which is a cold start procedure, whereby you must insert the master key, acknowledge the AWS, and disengage the driver reminder appliance before being able to move. Other features include independently controlled wipers, semi-functional compressor speed up, driver guard buzzer, and working destination displays. The Class 142 predominantly uses a roller blind, which is controlled with the F7 and F8 keys respectively. However, a dot matrix digital display is also included with the Northern Rail and Mersey Travel liveries. These are worked by entering codes on the destination computer by using the mouse. The 142 has a 7-notch throttle and a 3-step West Coast brake with release, Step 1, Step 2, full service and emergency positions. Wheel slip is also an important feature and is accurately simulated. When encountering this, a light will illuminate in the cab and the speedometer needle will start to waver. Original bulb and LED headlights also feature where appropriate and work with the prototypical 5-position rotary switch, which is operated by pressing H and Shift H respectively. The sounds for the unit have been recorded from the real train itself. The 142 takes advantage of the EFX filters in Train Simulator to give you muffled interior cab sounds and ambient external sounds that give you a sense of movement. When you open the windows in the cab, you can hear the external sounds from the train, as well as the wind rushing past. With the right hand side window open, you can hear the AWS warnings when using the external viewpoints. This is a welcome feature, as you can confidently use the external views without having to worry about jumping back into the cab. Considering that AP have further improved their recording techniques long after the release of this pack, I still feel that these sounds hold up and provide a good representation of how the train sounds in real life. Overall, there is nothing inherently wrong with this pack. For the most part, the train handles very nicely, and I find it a pleasure to drive each time I load it up. However, I do find that the brake control is a little bit too sensitive. I sometimes find myself going to a second step of braking almost instantaneously when I only wanted to apply one step. It's also worth noting that the train lacks a dedicated passenger view, which may seem like a weakness to some. However, the interiors are accurately detailed and the train features working saloon lighting. The 142 also employs dynamic passengers, where the train will spawn passenger models in and out randomly when loading at stations. Overall, the Class 142 is extremely good value for money, and the train has a nice selection of routes, both payware and freeware, that it can be used on. This is the end of my review, and I hope that you have enjoyed watching it. If you would like to keep up to date, please feel free to subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter for further updates. Thanks for watching and take care.